Good morning and welcome to the church office.
And thanks for stopping by.
It is the Wednesday before Christmas.
Believe it or not.
A week from today is Christmas Day.
Yeah.
A week from today is Christmas Day.
Yeah.
That kind of hit me earlier this. I thought to myself, wait a minute, if Christmas Day is the 25th, that's Wednesday.
Yeah.
That means Tuesday is Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
And that's one of our busiest days of the year.
Yeah.
So, first of all, we want to say hello to everybody. Coffee
for today.
A little shout out and a thank you to the staff. You might remember last week, my birthday present. They got.
Well, that's right. They watched you open this.
They did.
Yeah.
And this is the first time I saved it for today.
Yeah.
So this is the first time I made it today.
Yeah.
This is a company. They're in Flat Rock called Hooked on a Bean. PJ, do you see what's that there? You see that?
Guatemala.
It says Guatemala, but it has coordinates.
Oh.
There. Look, do you know what those coordinates are?
Roughly 42 north and 83 west. I mean, that's close to right here, right?
All right. That's what I didn't know. Is that Flat Rock or is that Guatemala?
Is it the 43rd parallel? That's
45th. When you're
45th.
It is here. When you're going up north on 75, there's a sign that says you've just passed the 45th. Parallel.
Yeah. So that's
Flat Rock.
It's not Guatemala. So it's got to be. It's got to be their location. Right?
I forgot all the expertise you bring to the table with your geography notebook.
Well,
was it part of it?
Yeah. Well, a C- by grace alone. It doesn't get you much in geography, but you know, I can tell. I know where Guatemala is, honestly, because we went there.
Right. We went there. Yes.
In 8th grade, could I have located on the map? I don't know.
I'm going to Hooked on a Bean.
I
am. I'm going to go there because this is great. No, this is your coffee. I poured you a cup in the classic styrofoam church cup.
Yes. Okay. So I got to try it. I have not tried it.
So try it.
Okay. Smells like coffee. It's good.
Is it good?
That's good.
It is.
Yeah. Yeah. I like that.
I don't know if it's strong enough in that. So
no, I don't. There's nothing. I don't taste anything fruity or anything like weird.
No. Guatemala is all about just regular, really good coffee. Well, I'm gonna go there. I'm gonna get some whole beans on there.
Oh, and grind them up.
Because PJ,
well, don't.
I warned you about this.
Just go to those coordinates and see where see where you end up.
Just enter those coordinates in my phone and just go to those coordinates. We're up on our game, PJ. I warned you about this.
Yes,
I warned you about this.
Press.
The Office French Press. All right, the official church office.
I've seen this. I've never used one. I haven't seen these before.
Look how it's elegant.
Yeah,
that's the word you used to describe it.
Yeah, there's some design, aesthetic design that went into this. I think the way that the feet, they're not just functional.
It came with bubble wrap too.
Yeah.
Do the boys like bubble wrap?
Absolutely.
I have bubble wrap for the boys.
Perfect.
When they're done with school today.
Okay.
All right. So that is coffee.
Or I could go give them to the kindergartners right now.
Oh, Jackie would love that. She would absolutely
Kindergarten
love
teacher
that.
might not. Yeah, appreciate.
These kids are so wound up today.
Oh, they can just feel it. You can just feel it in the air.
The energy of Christmas break.
Yeah.
And then today's pajama day. They're wearing pajamas.
They're all wearing Christmas pajamas.
I don't know that a lot gets done on pajama day.
No, I was asked why I wasn't wearing pajamas, knowing that there's church tonight.
Right.
Okay, and I don't think I can pull off pajamas for church.
I was asked the same question, to which I said, "These are my pajamas. Yeah. How do you think I sleep standing up?" Kids are very, very excited. Here's our service schedule.
Yeah.
Christmas Eve, 3 services, 5, 7, and 9. All of them are candlelight services. Mm-hmm. If you've ever thought of inviting a friend to church, Christmas Eve is a great time to do that. All right. It's really just a wonderful service. And then Christmas morning is at 10 a.m. And that's we'll have communion. It's a kneeling communion service.
Makes it feel a little more intimate for sure.
Yeah, as we talked about last week, really special. Yeah. Kind of has a different feel to it. A lot of energy on Christmas Eve, as there should be. Christmas morning, just kind of a little bit. It's almost like the calm after all the things.
Yeah, it's like you take a deep breath, and it's like there's the joy of Christmas morning, but it's more of a calm and peaceful.
I feel like it's Mary and Joseph once all the madness of everything, getting to Bethlehem and the birth and this, that, and the other thing, and that kind of the exhale. That's the feel I always have on Christmas morning, which we'll talk a little bit about here in our Christmas traditions that we're going to share. And then regular weekend worship over the 29th, and then our New Year's Eve service, then of course would be
next Tuesday.
2 weeks from yesterday.
Yep.
And and then our New Year's celebration, and away we go. All right, so coffee cups. PJ.
Yeah. So I've just got my. I didn't get anything today. So this is just what I was already drinking coffee out of. But now I got my.
I've had this one for a particular reason.
Yeah. Okay.
Today's the last day of hot lunch because we start before Christmas break.
Right.
Okay. I've got some grilled cheese sandwiches from yesterday, which I saved. I did.
Okay. I see where this is going.
I commandeered grilled cheese sandwiches from yesterday.
Yep.
Because we had the lunch.
That was so much fun. Yeah, the Tool Belt barbecue.
Yeah, Tool Belt Tuesdays. They got together, fired up the grill.
Yep.
Right.
Inside the garage there.
Inside the garage, but with the garage open.
Right.
So we never engaged it.
Did you see they started with it closed?
Did they?
Had to open it. Figured, oh boy, it's gonna get too smoky. Someone said, Dale, do we have smoke alarms in here? And he said, I don't know, but let's open the door.
Speaking of Dale and John, I went out to grab something from the truck, and Dale and John had this huge metal cabinet type thing that they were moving out of the boiler room, and they're trying to finagle it through the door on a flatbed, and they're fighting it. Yeah. And I kind of walked in at the tail end of it, and I would just watch the two of them work and figure out how to get this thing out the door and then into the truck. I offered to help, but it was I didn't want to impose. I figured they had
two-man, really.
And I said to them, I said, boys, this is like watching Mozart compose a song.
Right.
It's like watching Michelangelo sculpt. So, no, it was great. So, yeah, it was, what was it? 15, 16, 18 guys?
Yeah, a bunch of guys.
Yeah, a bunch of guys, the guys that come out there.
And they spent a lot of time. I mean, to maintain that campus.
Yeah, to maintain it. And again, we'll be talking about some volunteer stuff here in the new year, obviously, but just to throw it out there. And if you've got some time on your hands, you want to come out and just kind of help out, there's a lot of, if you like tinkering around. If you're the kind of guy that likes to just go tinker in the garage, Tool Belt Tuesdays is for you.
There's 100 different little projects, odd stuff. There's stuff that has to get done all the time, like mowing and stuff, but there's so many little projects that these guys do just every single week that keeps things running.
So lunch yesterday was taken care of. I took the grilled cheese. I'm going to make tomato soup in this today.
Yeah.
I looked at this. The first thing I thought was, look how big this thing is. This thing it's as big as my head.
Yeah.
And thank you to Judy Banker. A little shout out to Judy, who gave you one of these as well.
Yeah.
All right. Any other schedule things? I don't really know if there's schedule things that we really need to know. Oh, your Family Connection thing was on Saturday.
Oh, Family Connection is on Saturday. Yeah. Saturday morning, 10 o'clock. That's going to be here at Trenton Road. And the birthday party for Jesus. We've been doing this a good, 3-4 years now at least. And so we kind of have a little birthday party and some Christmas activities. And, by the way, we're going to do some fun Christmas activities during Bible study too this week.
That's right.
Yeah, Sunday morning Bible study. So we're all the Sunday school kids, confirmation kids, and adults. Everybody's going to be together in the gym, and we're going to do something all together.
Yeah,
so it's going to be fun.
Kind of a family Bible study. Yeah. So bring your kids. Hopefully, you make that Bible study in Sunday school part of your regular Sunday here at CTK. All right, PJ. I've got a few questions.
Okay.
I wanted to ask some. Just talk a little bit about Christmas.
Yep.
When you were a kid.
Okay.
Okay. Kind of Christmas growing up.
Yep.
So my first question to you would be: did you and your siblings? Did you ever look for your presents, and did you ever actually find your presents?
Okay, I do remember a couple of times getting close. I don't never to the point where there was like actually the stash was found and open, none of that, but I remember sort of kind of sniffing them out and climbing up in a closet and like there's something going on here, but I never got to the point of actually, So, which was good because, I don't know what would have happened. But
I found them. I did.
You did?
I found them one year, 10, 11, whatever I was in that age. And I remember then for us, Christmas Eve, we would go to church. Obviously, Dad being a pastor, Christmas morning was always just church. And so Christmas Eve, after church.
Yeah.
You'd come home after church on Christmas Eve and open them up. I found them, I don't know, a week before. And I remember then that Christmas Eve being so disappointed because I'd already found them. I didn't open them or anything, but I kind of knew what was going on a little bit because some of them were wrapped, some of them weren't.
Yeah.
And I remember making a conscious decision, even as a young person, well, that was a mistake.
Okay, so it was like a conscience thing.
No, I was disappointed because I wasn't surprised.
You weren't surprised. Okay.
Surprised. I was like, no, it wasn't. No. I was not convicted at all in my conscience, right? Find a better hiding spot, Mom and Dad.
Yeah.
If you don't want me to find them, that's on you, not me. I just remember being I remember being disappointed on Christmas Eve. Well, that I'm not going to find them again. There you go. There's your
knowing that you could find them again, but deciding not to.
I could. Yeah, okay. Mom and Dad, they're saying, okay. How about this one?
Okay.
Do you have a family tradition, that might be a little bit unique to you? So something might happen either around the holiday or something like that, or maybe even just were you a Christmas Eve or Christmas Day open the presents and why?
Okay, so we always growing up we always split. My mom's side of the family was Christmas Eve, which is local here. My grandparents were lifetime members at Guardian in Dearborn Heights, and but we would come to church here on Christmas Eve because this was our church. So we would all kind of come to church together on Christmas Eve, and then either before or after, depending on which service we were going to, there'd be dinner and presents there. And then Christmas morning, we would drive out to my dad's parents. Still do live in Marshall, Michigan.
Oh yeah, I love Marshall.
Yeah, so that's about 90 minutes down 94.
Yeah,
and so we would usually drive out there on Christmas Day. So we kind of split, and just normal family get-togethers. The thing that our food for Christmas Eve was always, I don't know when it became, but it was always, everybody would bring like finger food, like appetizers.
Okay.
So any of these are no plates, right?
Yeah, right.
Anything you could just grab off the tray and kind of, so that kind of became the food tradition. And we still do that.
There you go.
Yeah.
Beautiful golf course around Marshall called the Medalist.
Oh.
Highly recommend it.
Okay.
Gorgeous course. Very difficult, but fun. It's a fun course. We played it many, many times. Food surrounding Christmas Eve, I find, has a tradition. If the Christmas meal is maybe looks a little bit like the Thanksgiving meal, or this, that. For us, Thanksgiving is obviously a big deal because we have it at Mom and Dad's, and I bragged on Dad's gravy all the time. So Denise, when the kids were younger, elementary school age, she went out of her way to avoid that Christmas Eve traditional food.
Okay.
And again, for us, church is always at 5 o'clock on Christmas Eve. And I've since 1999, I've had church at 5 on Christmas Eve. And so we have the afternoon meal, maybe a late lunch or something like that. That was the family Christmas Eve meal. And Denise decided that we were going to do Chinese.
Okay. It's cool.
So every Christmas Eve at about 1 o'clock, 1:30, we would do Chinese. For a while there, we were doing the thing where you boil the boiling oil, and then you dip you have raw meat.
I've never done that. That sounds great.
So you have raw meat with the boiling. It's great, but it's kind of like, have you ever eaten at Black Rock?
No.
Black Rock, where you make your own meat?
Yeah, I have heard of that, but I've not done it.
But you might as well leave the garage door down and let Bob Herman grill.
Okay,
It's like it gets so smoky in there. And again, don't want to denigrate Black Rock. I'm just saying there's time when
Black Rock is not a sponsor of the show yet. Well, they could be.
They probably won't be now. Now that I've said it's a smoke show in there. I went to take a trip. When I drink a cup, you can't see my face.
No. Completely swallowed up. Yeah.
Completely disappear behind the cup. But that's got, if you, so you cut up beef, you cut up steak, you cut up chicken, you cut up fish, and then you dip it into the boiling oil.
And it's kind of a fun thing. It's a little piece, but it doesn't take long to cook it.
It doesn't take long to cook it.
I would love to try that.
It's fun. You might have a fire extinguisher on hand.
Yeah.
You just in case. But that was always kind of goofy Christmas Eve.
That's kind of cool.
Chinese food. We'd open 2 or 3 gifts.
Yep.
All right, guys, I'll see you later. I got to get to church.
Right. Yep.
And that's back in the day when we had the 5, 7, 9, and 11.
Yep.
So, I'm getting home at 1:30 in the morning.
Yep.
Speaking of after church, I do want to throw this opportunity out there.
Unique ministry volunteer.
It's a unique ministry. We talked about volunteering.
Yeah.
Okay. All of the services are candlelight services. As a result, you get the obvious wax is going to be
everywhere,
right, on the floor. And as much as people try not to, it
happens.
And so, to get the sanctuary ready for Christmas morning, because we have church Christmas morning
10 a.m.
at 10 o'clock, we do a little vacuuming after the last service. So it wraps up about 10 o'clock or so. Say hi and hello to folks and everybody, and then I kind of, take my clerical collar, set it on the desk. I grab a vacuum cleaner and I just start vacuuming.
Yep.
Now, for me, it's awesome because it gives me a chance just to kind of, again, it's that exhale moment.
Yeah.
Christmas Eve is so wonderful. It's so powerful. But if I went home right after church, I wouldn't be able to go to sleep till 1 o'clock in the morning.
So,
You're so amped.
Yeah. Yep.
And so I just do a little vacuuming.
Yeah.
So if you want to join me, I'm going to do a little vacuuming from 10:15 to 11.
Yeah.
All right. Hey. All right. And for me, vacuuming is like the indoor power washing.
It is the indoor power washing.
It's that task that's just a little bit too satisfying because you can kind of, like you said,
I do. I enjoy vacuuming. That's my favorite household chore because you get to see as you go. It was dirty and now it's clean. You know, it's good.
Get to make marks in the carpet. You kind of get to see the carpet go back and forth. So anyway, all right. Let's see. And finally, PJ, you love music.
Yeah, absolutely.
Christmas is got so many musical themes.
Yeah,
You'd have to say more than probably even from a religious standpoint, as a Christian holiday celebrating the incarnation. The church has always used music to tell the story.
Yeah.
And you might not have a more musical season than Christmas. Easter maybe. And then even culturally. You know, people start playing Christmas music. Isn't it our local radio stations? Is it WNIC? All they play is Christmas music.
I don't know when. It starts very early. I don't know.
I think it starts right after the first day of school.
Yeah.
I think it starts right after Labor Day.
Yeah.
WNIC. And so if you go to my mom's house, you go to Mrs. C's house, that's all you're going to hear.
Oh, yeah? On the radio she plays it off of? Or just
whatever. Spotify, radio, playlist, whatever she has. She's going to be playing Christmas music from that time. So I wanted to talk about Christmas music with you because there's various kinds.
Yeah.
And so we're going to share our favorite hymn.
Okay.
Maybe a favorite just carol, maybe a Christmas carol. And or even just song. Where does Handel's Messiah fit in for you? Now, and then for you, because you love praise songs.
I do,
You love praise worship. And I don't know how that fits in with Christmas.
It's an interesting thing.
Because growing up as a kid, all I knew were Christmas hymns. You know, that's Silent Night. And
I think for the most part, people want tradition. At
Sure.
Christmas, right? There is something about Christmas specifically. It's not more than any other holiday. There's something about Christmas traditions, you know. And so you honestly, I mean, there are some new like praise songs that are Christmas songs, new stuff. But a lot of what you get to is you get sort of modern takes on the classic hymns as well, which is great, you know.
One of the first maybe modern ones that I kind of was introduced to was Mary Did You Know?
Yeah.
Is that fair to say?
That's Mark Lowry. He was in the Bill Gaither vocal band.
Okay. Is that what that is?
Oh, it's such a cool concept, you know, from the perspective of Mary asking her.
Definitely.
Yeah,
definitely. So for you, do you have a favorite Christmas, just hymn out of the hymnal? We're going to sing it. Favorite one, go.
Boy,
what do you think?
You know,
is this tough?
Asking me to pick a favorite song or a favorite hymn. I'll tell you what, here's what I grew up on.
Okay.
I grew up exclusively in the Brooks household growing up. I grew up on Michael W. Smith and Amy Grant. Christmas.
All right.
Okay, because in the '90s, like they were king and queen of Christian music, but especially their Christmas albums.
Right.
So that's for me. You know, when you hear that music or that feeling or whatever that. When it feels like Christmas to me, that's when I hear Michael W. Smith Christmas. You know,
isn't that fascinating? How you can hear music and smells take you back.
Big time.
You know, so music especially. All right. For musically speaking, I love Handel's Messiah. Always have. So you know, glory for unto us a child is born. Probably the top one, but I'll listen to the portion of that. There's about a 40-minute the highlights. Highlights. Not the whole thing.
Right.
The highlights of that from your various orchestras. So I love that. If I had to go hymn, there's two types of Christmas hymns. There's more the Advent feel, and then there's a celebration feel. Advent feel, like What Child Is This? You know, and that is that tune. Is it called Green Sleeves? Is that what the tune is called?
Probably.
Am I making that up?
No, that's right.
That somewhere.
Yeah. I think that is the name of the tune.
It's just that tune, and it's just got a softer feel to it. And then you got the celebration ones. Hark the Herald, Joy to the World, and that. And so I'm going to favor a little bit more of the kind of contemplative one.
Okay.
I would have to probably pick something along the lines of What Child Is This?
Okay.
And then I've got a favorite song, which I don't know where it fits.
Okay.
And like you said, it's kind of what you grew up with.
Yep.
In my first parish, did you know that, PJ, in my first parish, I did sing in the choir?
Oh, yeah? No, I didn't know that.
Because there's 8 people.
Yeah.
And they needed a bass.
Yep.
And I did not know what a bass was.
Right.
But the choir director, her name was Liz. She just said, Jay, just sing a little bit lower than everybody else.
Yeah.
And so, anyway, so I did that. And our piano player, her name was Nelda.
Okay.
All right, so Nelda and Liz, every year, Nelda would play and Liz would sing Jesu Bambino.
Jesu Bambino.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Now, it's a beautiful rhythmic melody that kind of combines the celebration, because within that it has, "Oh, come, let us adore."
Yep.
And so Liz Earle singing Jesu Bambino to Nelda Martin accompanying her on the piano is a memory that I have, because I was in my first parish.
Yep.
And you're really excited about kind of celebrating.
Yep.
With a smaller congregation has a different feel to it, maybe a bigger one does. But that celebration there, it didn't hurt that Leah was born, so I had a Bambino. In the house. During those early '90s, early and mid '90s. So Jesu Bambino for me is it's a really special song, and I really and part of that is because of what it's attached to.
Right.
So, all right. Other Christmas things you're looking forward to. When do you guys open gifts? Are the boys out of their minds right now? What's happening?
Yeah, we do gifts on Christmas morning.
Okay.
Nothing. I'll be here Christmas Eve, and so Jackie does a nice breakfast on Christmas morning. So we'll have breakfast and then come over for church, and then at this age my boys are 8 and 6.
Yeah.
We'll be wrapped up with presents and breakfast, by pre-9 a.m. for sure. I think that as the kids get older, maybe that stretches a little later, but they're gonna be coming into our room at 4 a.m. Trying to get up and
the first light.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right. Speaking of traditions, one of the traditions here is when you come to church with your family on Christmas, you take a family picture.
That's right. Yeah.
And a lot of times that would happen around the Christmas tree. We've got the nice Christmas tree that's right outside here. But now, PJ, we've added a second and third.
I know, it's like a
station.
We got like a photo studio going here. It looks so nice.
We got the poinsettia tree,
this is the most beautiful I've ever seen. The poinsettias look.
Hey, I want to give a big shout out to Chris and Michelle Wara.
Yep.
Chris and Michelle Wara kind of organized that. They from start to finish, they come in, they set it up.
Yep.
That's kind of their project. So Chris and Michelle, thank you so much. It looks fantastic. And so you can and then we added a third, just kind of inadvertently, station.
That's right.
So we took the door that we use for our Reformation service. If you didn't get a chance to see that, you can find it on our YouTube channel. And so we took that door and we just set it over here in this corner in an area. And it was decorated with a wreath and some other poinsettias and kind of thing. So it has kind of it looks like a door at Christmas.
Yeah.
My family took pictures in front of it. All my kids were home from the various places. All 5, my 3 kids, my 2 nephews were all home. It was really fun. It was a fun weekend.
Yeah.
That was kind of our Christmas weekend with the whole family.
Right.
Because now they're all scattered to the various places. So we took our picture there. So when you're here and you're taking your family picture, you got one of 3 places to choose.
Yeah, that's right.
If you want the picture done well, ask PJ. If you want a thumb in front of it, then you can ask me.
The bar is low, though. I am also not I will take anyone's picture that wants, but I might also throw in
Don't expect much.
Turn the camera around and throw in a
picture of yourself.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think that's all that we have for now. Thanks for stopping by. We're really looking forward to celebrating Christmas with you. And so when you're here, make sure you say hi. All right. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.